Graham, last year when I know you were getting offers in North Texas, and you said you turned something down because you knew how special the offense would be. This year, did that kind of weigh on you with how special this offense could possibly be next year when you kind of decide to stay?
Oh, for sure. I think to me the most important thing, and the same thing with the North Texas, is the guys you're around, the people you're around in the office and the players you have. And I think here, I've said it a million times since I've been here, we have a really special group of not only young men in the locker room, but a great group of guys that I get to work with every day. And you can't put a price or that can't be weighed in anything else. That's just something that when you're there and you have something really, really special, you know it. And again, that's a hard thing to leave. And so, like I said, with the offensive staff I get to work with, and with the young men I get to work with every day on our players, it's a great place and a great group of guys. And so that's not something that you really want to leave.
What was the process you went through, though, just to weigh the options and to reach that final conclusion?
It was stressful, but again, I think that's really what, at the end of the day, what I tried to weigh was, one, where me and my family are happy here, and I get to work with great people every single day, and that's the most important thing. And like I said, not only the guys I get to work with staff-wise, but the young guys I get to work with, and that quarterback room, we have some great people in there, but across the board offensively, the guys that I work with, the players I work with every single day, they're just awesome people. And like I said, for me, the most important thing is the people you work with and the quality of life, and here it's special. And the other thing you got to consider is, in North Texas, it's a little bit different. You got to think about the same sort of thing, the people you work with and the guys, the players you have. But the cool thing about here is you can win a national championship, and that's your goal as a coach, and at some point I want to do that, and that's what I think we can do at this place. And that's why, at the end of the day, this is a really special place, because you're one of the few schools in the country that legitimately could win a national championship probably every single year. And with the group of men we have coming back, and the way they buy in, the way they play, I think they'll give you that chance. And so for a coach, it's a special place and a tough place to walk away from.
There was talk about you having potential head coaching opportunities. Is that something that you did have to weigh? Is that true? Or?
Yeah, I talked to some people about some head coaching opportunities, and then again, this is just too good of a place. Like I said, it's a special situation. It's a good situation. It's a great group of people that we're around, and again, at the end of the day, I want to win a national championship. And I think, to be honest with you, of all the opportunities I had to do that, this is your best opportunity, and especially because I know what you have and I know the people we have here, and so I was excited about that. And like I said, it's too good of a spot to leave right now.
That said, you spent most of your life in Texas. To have interest that way, was that something you had to at least consider, just because that is where you're from?
Oh, yeah, Texas will always be home at the end of the day, but so for sure, that's tough. That side of it was probably the most appealing part about some of the opportunities,
yeah,
especially down that direction, is getting back home. And but my wife, she's starting to think this is home, I'm afraid, but which isn't a bad thing. Like I said, this is there's a special place and it's a special city, and there's something for everyone here, and even some Texans, there's something for us out here. So it's a good place. It really is, and it's a cool city. Lots of things to do. Like I said, whatever you're interested in, you can find it here. Like I said, my wife thinks she lives in paradise, and my son, he lives with Mickey Mouse on the beach. So what's it not to like, right? So, they're happy, and like I said, if they're happy, this is, again, that helps the cause. If you're in some places that the family's not as happy, getting home would be probably would have weighed a lot more into it. But when this is a place that the family's happy, that you got a special place here, and again, Texas will always be home, and at some point I'll probably live there again, probably when I'm retired. But when you look at jobs, and when you look at opportunities, and when you look at, again, a chance to win a national championship and work with great people and do that with great people, this just seemed to be like the best spot.
There was an 11-day stretch between the end of the season and when Clay was officially announced to return. As a staff member, how tough is that stretch? I mean, obviously you have other opportunities potentially to weigh, but how tough is that, just not knowing what might happen here?
I think the toughest part what people don't understand is for us as coaches, that's part of the business. You know what I mean? And that's it's not a fun part of it. It can be a little bit of a stressful part of it. But what I think people don't realize is what is the family side of it more than us. You know, because you know, yeah, you want to be successful, and you want to win, you want to be where you are, and stuff like that. But I think it's really harder on the families, and so that's I think what people fail to realize is you know, for us, we're just going to go do our job until they tell us we don't have one. You know what I mean? That's kind of our mentality. But for you know, when you have a family, when you have kids, when you have a wife, they're stressed about it a lot more than you are, because they're probably thinking a lot more about everything that goes into it if you're relocating and stuff like that. So you know, I think it was probably harder on the family than it was for me, because for me, at the end of the day, like I said, just go out and try to continue to do your job, whatever it is, whether it be in the office and work with your guys, or prepare a game plan, or be on the road recruiting. You're staying busy and just continue to try to do what you can do to take care of your business. For the families, I think it's really tough. And you know, from our standpoint, I think the toughest part is in recruiting, and that's what I think that the other thing that sometimes people don't understand is that makes it really hard in recruiting. It's like inviting someone over for dinner and telling them you don't know if you're going to be there or not, right? You know, like, they're probably not going to show up. But yeah, so that, from the job standpoint, I think that was the toughest part. And then it was hard on the families. But that was a strange time, and obviously you get reports both ways. But Clay was awesome, you know, and that's the thing that I'll say about Clay, that throughout the season and even during that time, he never changed, you know, and that's I got a lot of respect for him because of that. He's the same guy every single day, no matter if we won, if we lost, when things are being said good about him, or things are being said bad about him, he never changed. He's the same person. He encouraged us to be the same person, and because of that, I think it allowed us to do our jobs better. And so that I thought he handled that situation as well as he possibly could, with a ton of class, and it helped us, like I said, to have a peace of mind about it and just go about doing our jobs and let the chips fall where they may. Obviously, I'm glad they kept him, and glad to still be here, because it's a special place, and we really do have a great group of kids and opportunity to do some really, really great things, I think.
When you were weighing your options, who did you consult with? I imagine your wife and who else?
Yeah, my wife some. And you know, the guys that I talk to the most probably are Coach Baker and Coach Dagan, the guys you see jogging around with me all the time. And just because I carpool with them, so I'm always with them. They sit in the same office with me all the time. So, you know, I talked with those guys, have agents, talk with those guys, and then they probably don't always agree with the moves I make. But at the end of the day, that's they say it's your decision, do what you want. But, you know, I think, you know, my dad, obviously, being a coach and being a guy that is in the business, and obviously that I've grown up under, and that I have a lot of respect for. I talked to him quite a bit. I talked to some of the coaches here, talked to my wife, and collected information and made the decisions that, again, I just thought was best for us as a family and the people I'm around here and our careers. And so that's why I'm here.
Football-wise, do you expect Marquis Steph to play in the ball game?
I don't know. He's been out here today. He was out here and moving around. So I hope, you know, he's a special talent. So I hope we have all those guys. You know, I think when you're coming off an injury, sometimes the toughest thing is just to regain that confidence, to, you know, even after you get cleared, to fully feel cleared. You know what I mean? And I think that there's times when you're cleared and you still see guys not playing at the level they were before, because it's kind of a mind game at that point. And so I think that this bowl prep will be important for him, if nothing else, just to get him confidence in his body again, to feel healthy. And then, you know, Coach Helton is as good as I've ever been around, as far as making sure that he makes the right decision for the people and for the kids, and not necessarily for, you know, wins and losses don't factor into his decisions when it comes to playing guys that might be a little tweaked. He at times, it's frustrating to me, he makes decisions best for that person, you know, so we're going to be sure that he's ready to go if he is out there. Again, a lot of it's mental. If a guy doesn't feel comfortable, we're not ever going to put him out there, because that's, you know, you're playing a little hesitantly, and one, you're not going to be at your best if that's the case, and two, you're putting yourself in a position to get injured again. And so we won't put him out there unless he's 100% confident in his mind and the training staff says he's good to go. But again, it is good to have kind of that time off to get those guys a little bit healthy and let them move around out here and see where they are.
What's it like seeing Brew out here now?
Oh, I love it, you know, and you hear so much about Brew, and I've never been around him or I've never got to see him playing live, you know. And so seeing him out here move around, even in the limited, no matter how much he's doing, it's fun to watch him, and it's kind of like getting a new toy at Christmas. You know, you get to kind of see something new and see something different, and it's awesome to see. Like I said, I love that little time off, being able to get us some guys back, and I think if nothing else, it's bowl prep for those guys particularly can set them up for a big year the following year, because you almost get another spring ball out of them. I mean, just you get work, and whether you're playing them or not, you're getting work and getting development, and so it's good for those guys, and it's good for our team to continue to improve and continue to develop. And so to have him out here has been fun. Again, I'd never seen him do anything live until recently, and obviously he's still trying to get back into football shape. But when he goes, you can see why he's so special. He has twitch. He's a big body, and to be as big as he has and have the twitch, have the skills to change direction and move like he does, it's fun to watch. And so he's going to be a special player here. And like I said, I'm glad we have him, and look forward to working with him more and more as he continues to get out here.
Go one more.
Did you see Keaton's Heisman odds?
No. What are they?
Like plus 700.
Yeah. That'd be good for business, right? You know, that'd be good for the program. Maybe obviously be great for Keaton, and be good for my career. So I'm pulling for him. If I could bet on him, maybe I'd bet on him, but that's not legal, you know. So no, he's a special talent, and with the guys around him, I don't blame him for giving him good odds. You know, if you got that kind of talent around him, and a kid that's as humble as he is and as talented as he is, and does everything that, you know, works the way he works, I would think he has as good of a shot as anyone. So hopefully next year we're in New York about this time. That'd be fun.